This is going to be a quick video about a logging program, and it's specifically talking about FLEcli on the command line, a program for entering your data from maybe a paper log into an ADI form. The idea here is that it's going to be a fairly quick logging program. So first of all, what we do is we bring up a browser. In our search engine there, we put in FLEcli command line program, like this. And then when we say enter, we get over here to the GitHub address for this program. Notice that sometimes you can actually get to a Windows program, which has been covered in other videos. But in this case, we're going to use the command line program. So we do that and we click in there and we get information about the FLEcli program. And specifically, we arrow down or scroll down to the releases hyperlink and we click on that. And you'll notice that this program then has release notices and a bunch of different formats. So it's available in Linux, Windows, and Mac. So when we download the one over here for this iMac, I downloaded this one right here, the 64-bit tar GNU zip, and that one comes over here. So when we do that, we see that in the downloads tab of your iMac, you end up having this file and the program here. Notice that that FLEcli there is the executable for this program. So when you do that the first time, Apple, at least the iMac here, this operating system, had a problem with that. It would think that it was an executable downloaded from the internet. So by security measure, it would not allow me to open it. So you have to go to settings, privacy and security, and up here, allow this program to run. Once you do that, then you can run this program. So with that, let's go over to the location of the program, which is here in my directory. And if we say ls-lrt, we see that we have, well, that's the previous one that I did, but that was actually a text file edited using the VI editor. So we can do VI, let's call this one 2025-11-17.txt. And now we insert a few bits of information. My call is one. You put your call. And then redundantly, it seems, but you have to put in operator. That. Then at this point, you want to say my POTA, because this is going to be for POTA, US-3058. Now, you can actually do this for SOTA and WWFF in addition to POTA. So I won't deal into that, but you can definitely look into the description of the instructions and you'll see that how that's done. Very straightforward there. So date, we need to put in 2025-11-17, whatever your date is. We're going to put a QSL message and it's going to be 20 watts. And it'll make sense whenever we run the program. Now here you do your data entry. So first of all, you want to enter your first time. So you look into your paper log and you notice that the UTC time for your first contact was 1547. Don't put the semicolon or the colon there, just put 1537. Put 20 meters, which is what I used here, and then CW, the mode, and then at that point you start typing in the call signs, AC4FS. Here you can actually put 599, 579 or whatever, but I'm going to skip that just to show this. Next you do 48, and then you see that it's N8 JMS, so N8 JMS, and then after that it's 49, and it's WC1D, and after that it's 50, and it's W5KEB, and you get the idea. 52 is going to be WB1, and I'm really having a hard time looking at my own writing. That becomes the limiting factor there. And then after that, 53 and 9 JFZ, and 55 is going to be KK7EHJ, and 56 and 6 PF. Let's do the changing of time, and we'll stop there. So 56 and 6 is N6 PF, and then 57. We'll say that one is KJ7DT. That's Paul over in Idaho. So we'll say next, and then 58 and NA2B. And here we go with 1600. Now, when you change the hour, you just put in 1600, like so, and you continue your merry way. So here we say KF0PND. Actually, yes, PND. And then the next one after that is O2, and that one is N0SMX. So we'll stop there, and you get the idea. So it's fairly quick entry of the data. So we say WQ to write. And then at this point, we are going to do this running of the program. Now, the program is FLEcli on the Mac without the .exe. ADIF is going to be the output format. I believe it can actually output CSVs. We're going to do ADIF, minus I, minus O, dash, dash, POTA, and the name of the file, which in our case was 2025-11-17.txt. We hit enter, and there we are. Now we have ls minus lrt shows the ADI that we just created. And remember that QSL message was 20 watts here. So you could put in additional comments here, like operator names and comments like this. And since we didn't tell it to do the send and receive signal reports, it went ahead and defaulted to 599s. So it's a fairly quick way of entering this data. And now with this, like I said, with this ADI, you would go ahead and upload it to Parks on the Air, which is the goal of this exercise. Well, that's pretty much the quick data entry format. You can enter a lot of information very quickly and generate an ADI this way, starting from a paper log here. Hopefully that was helpful.